I'm Jimmy Ferguson of the Lawson Road Church of Christ in Jonesboro, Arkansas. In the 4th chapter of the book of James, in verse 14, James asks the question, "For what is your life?" And then he answers, "It is even a vapor that appears for a short time and then vanishes away." Of course, in that verse, James was talking about the uncertainty of life and the brevity of life. But let's think about that question for just a moment. What is your life? You know, my friends, life is a series of preparations. We wake up each morning and prepare for the day ahead of us. Whether it's about what we're going to wear or what we're going to eat or what activities we're going to engage in, there's always some kind of preparation going on. Now think about life. It should be all about preparation. When you look at the whole spectrum of life, it's a period of time spent in preparing to one day meet God. That was true with the nation of Israel in Old Testament times as well. They were admonished by the prophet Amos in Amos chapter 4 and verse 12, "Prepare to meet thy God." And that message is applicable for us today as well. Paul writes in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or whether it be bad." Yes, our time here is all about preparation. My daughter was in a play at her school. In the days and the weeks before the play, there were many dress rehearsals that get the performers ready to do the real thing before an audience. Well, each day for us is a dress rehearsal, except for one thing: it's real, with God as our audience. And perhaps the very best aspect of all of this is that God tells us in His Word exactly what we need to do in order to be prepared to meet Him one day. Jesus taught His disciples the parable of the virgins in Matthew chapter 25, verses 1 through 13. And one of the central aspects of that parable has to do with being prepared. Jesus said in John chapter 14 and verse 6, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through me." And the Lord said in Matthew 7 and 21, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." Let's just remember to live each moment of every day knowing that we're preparing to meet the Lord.